welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's feeling good today, everybody's doing good today. If you didn't already, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so all notifications will turn on so you can stay up when I drop a video. But today, guys, I wanted to talk about really Maserati and them making supercars. I wanted to go over the MC20 and the Project 24. I really would like to get in depth on those, especially the MC20. First, the Granturismo. I think it's a very interesting. The two very interesting cars from Maserati. Probably the two most interesting that I think that they haven't made. Well, I can't say haven't made, but since maybe like the Maserati. I think. Oh yeah, Maserati really hasn't made a supercar in a wedge shape since really the Maserati or the Bora. Yeah, so I do want to get into the MC20. I do want to get into the Project 24. Okay. And we're gonna do, of course, the MC20. I'm gonna compare it to the Gran Turismo. Sorry, but I have to, and the Project 24, like I really would like to get into that. Why I'm a little mad at Maserati about the Project 24, and y'all already know my little issues with the MC20, but we're gonna do a video on it today, and I'm gonna get really in depth with it. So, again, if you haven't already, hit that like, share, subscribe button, and turn on all post notifications for me, guys. So, yeah, let's get into it. I just hit this bakery. If you guys are ever out in Wayne Scott, I would suggest hitting that bakery out there. Some really good chocolate chip cookies in there, about that thick, and about $5, but they're definitely worth it. So I'm gonna hook up this camera to this arm, and then so yeah. Alright, let's go. So guys, I really wanted to get into, and I was just talking in the camera. I thought the camera was recording, but it wasn't. But on this channel, if this channel really does well, I really want to, I'm really into the more obscure cars, and that's what I want to really bring to this channel, so cars like the Lotus Esprit, the 560 SEC Mercedes, Koenig special build, the Strosic Porsche 928, what else, F355 with stick, perhaps we do, I'm in a lot of paid in full cars, so I was thinking maybe, if we do really well, we get the cars from the movie, and then we get the cars, the actual street cars that were in real life, because they look different, but that's what you're gonna see a lot on this channel. You won't see Porsches like a 911. You're not gonna see a new M3. You're not gonna see a new AMG. You know what I mean? You'll see cars in terms of supercars more like a Murcielago. If I get there, the Aventador. I'm still, with the Aventador. What I don't like about the Aventador is I think it costs a lot of money. And I think that. $500,000 for a car. I don't know if I want to play for a Lamborghini. I might want to play for something a little bit, And I don't know what you can get. Maybe I don't really know. You know what I mean? But when you start talking about $500,000, that's a lot of money for a car that's not severely limited. To me, when you're talking about numbers, but. Guys, that's what I'm into. I'm into more obscure cars you really just don't see. If I could, I would get a Vector M12, cars like that. De Tomaso Pantera. There's a lot of, obscure cars also, guys, there's a few cars that I like that. I am 6'3", 6'4", so there are cars that we may not be able to fit in, and that that might just be a reality, of it. But let's get into this ride because this guy just went really close. Oh, and we're gonna get into the segment later. Let's go. Oh boy. You know what it is? 40 feels like nothing. Literally feels like going like 20 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour. That's the fender they need. riding in this car is so fun. Kind of sorry when you get to where you want to go. Okay, guys, so we're back. So, today I just wanted to talk about something light, really, just the MC20 and the Project 24. And Maserati making supercars. You know, I just really just say that, you know, with the MC20, you know, that's a beautiful car. You know, and it really is. I've been seeing more videos on it on YouTube. I've been seeing more people post the car, you know, in the forums. And that is a pretty car. The only thing that, you know, that really, you know, I guess grinds my gears, bugs me about the MC20 is that it's not the sound of it. And you're starting to hear a lot more people say what I've been saying for a little minute. Well, since I've started vlogging and seen that car, is that the you know, 6 cylinders that wasn't enough for that car. You know, Maserati, what they really should have did is, instead of focusing on a 6 cylinder Neptuno engine, they really should have focused on making that the Neptuno engine an 8 cylinder. You know, or a 10. You know, I would say an 8 because, you know, you could virtually put it in every car. You could still use the same badges, you know, and they wouldn't really differentiate. Like the new Trofeos from the old Trofeos, they're gonna be 6-cylinder turbos. They're not gonna be 8 cylinders like the old ones. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't have had to differentiate what a new Trofeo is gonna be, you know. And I think everybody with an older Trofeo is gonna look kind of like, why am I trading 8 for 6? You know, I can't see why they would make the 6-cylinder. I can't see why they would put a 6-cylinder in a car like the MC20. In one of my other videos, I forgot which one it was, but I was talking about how the MC20 looks a lot like a 488. You know, it looks a lot like an F8. You know, in terms of the shape. So that's why I can't understand, like, you know, it's a wedge shape. So I can't understand why they would put an engine in that car, okay, that doesn't represent sound-wise what it looks like. You know what I mean? So, like, I've heard people saying that they daily drove the MC20 and, you know, that they like the MC20, but it's the sound. The sound of it, that car looks like it should sound way louder than it does. It looks like it should sound way more aggressive than it does. You know, and it looks like it should sound way more expensive than it does. You know what I mean? Aside from, you know, I always believed like that F1 sound belonged with, you know, wedge-shaped cars. It belonged with cars that had the doors going up. It just matches it, you know, it meshes well. And I always believed that, you know, like that's, you know, a Ferrari, it just doesn't look good. It sounds good, and the sound matches with the look. You know what I mean? The same thing with a Lamborghini. Like the sound matches with the look. You know, that's why I can't understand why Maserati made the MC20 and the sound didn't match with the look. You know, everybody trying to not justify, but everybody that I've seen that's drove one or owned one, they all say that, you know, oh, the turbo sounds. Like, that's not enough to make a statement, because everybody else, for the most part, is not going to hear the turbo sounds, especially if you pull up to a car show or you pull down the main street in a town, or you know, nobody's going to hear the turbo sounds unless you're hitting the gears. And 9 times out of 10, it's only really going to be you unless you have a crazy blow-off valve on the car. You know what I mean? And I don't know if the blow-off valve on that car is that loud to where people can really hear it outside of the vehicle. But
I don't understand why they wouldn't put a sound that matched as loud as that car looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they at least should have had a 10-cylinder in it. I know Maserati will never make a 12. You know, aside from, I think, you know, the MC12. You know, I don't think that they're ever coming with anything like that again. You know, but even I even got a beef with the MC12. That MC12 should have been, you know, more available. And I do. You know, I think that Maserati needs to make more supercars. I don't understand why they choose to make Grecales. Okay. Like, you don't need 2 trucks. All you need is one. You don't need the Grecale and the Levant. All you need is one truck. You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to dilute their brand too much, you know, and make their brand like Mercedes. And, you know, everybody shouldn't be in a Maserati. Everybody doesn't want a Maserati, you know. So therefore, with those two things, everybody won't be in it. You know, I don't think they should dilute their brand like Mercedes has. And I don't, you know. Even with the MC20, the real reason why they didn't put an 8 or a 10 in it, you know what I mean, is because they couldn't put that engine in other cars. They couldn't detune it and put it in other cars. It would have probably been too expensive on the MSRP, which is, you know, it's kind of crazy considering the cars are already 6 figures. You know what I mean? And they are. Like, I don't understand why, like, even the Granturismo, there should be no reason why the Granturismo sounds better than the MC20. I'm sorry. And if anybody wants to argue with that, I'll pull up with anybody's MC20 and we can do a video. You know what I mean? Really. Or I'll bet, you know what I mean? I'll bet anybody that has a Granturismo, especially a 4.7. I'll even say the 4.2 or 3, 2. That sounds way better than the MC20. Like, I don't understand how they just dropped the ball on that. You know, and I don't. And if they were gonna do a 6-cylinder, they should have made it sound like an F1 car. You know, and the Project 24, you know, I have a serious, like, I don't understand why they wouldn't put that car on the street. Why they wouldn't make a street version of that, I don't know. On you know, I really just don't know. The Project 24, I mean, just think about saying that, the Maserati Project 24. Like, there should have been a street version of that. You know what I mean? And there should have been a street version of that. The Alfieri really should have been the new Granturismo. You know what I mean? And I was just watching Alfieri videos a couple of days ago. That car is beautiful. Why that did not become the new Gran Turismo, I don't know. I know the Roma looks similar, but it doesn't look like exactly like it, and it doesn't. I still think the Alfieri looks better than the Roma. You know what I mean? And I do. I think the Alfieri should have definitely been the new Gran Turismo. I definitely agree with most people on that. That should have been the design. The new Gran Turismo was nice, but it doesn't look too far off from this one. You know, and that's where I got a little bit confused with the new one. I thought it was going to be something just kind of like, you know, groundbreaking. I was hoping anyway, you know, but they draw more attention to the older ones. You know, I also was hoping that they would do a different marketing campaign that would be a little bit more effective. You know, sort of like how the EV Challenger was. Like, everybody saw the EV Challenger. You know, but you know, the Project 24, that's a car that should have been for the street. You know, and they should have made a street version of it. I know it's not street legal and it's only track, but they should have made a street legal version of that car. You know, a lot of stuff. I don't understand why they, like Doug DeMuro said, why they have to go after the low-hanging fruit. You know, why they don't make a supercar that can compete like the MC20. How it, you know, if the MC20 is a 6-cylinder, then it should be kept. They should be making something else, right? So they should be making something else that just supersedes the MC20. You know what I mean? And it should be an 8-cylinder or a 10 or a 12. It really needs to be a 12. I mean, if they really want to make, you know, cars that, you know, like marking history type stuff, then they need to make a 12. And they should do it in limited versions now. Because everybody is. That's why all of these Ferraris, for the most part, are limited, because they're gonna about to switch to electric. So all of these cars, for the most part, are gonna be limited in numbers. And also, it provides the company a way to make money and also hoard money to flip to get to this electric thing. You know what I mean? And also figure out new things, because a lot of these supercar companies, I mean, like Ferrari, Lamborghini, you know, they have a reason to be fearful of electric, because electric nearly knocks out the reason to, you know, really want a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, aside from the shape. You know what I mean? I mean, what would you want it for if you really don't have a sound anyway? You know what I mean? Aside from the shape on it, there would be nothing, you know, that buying a Ferrari or Lamborghini would benefit you. If like a Tesla X, the Model X can, you know, if that can take down a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, the average Lamborghini or Ferrari, what would the point in being buying an SV? You know what I mean? Or buying any kind of Ferrari, any kind, like, you know. So it really, to me, these limited number cars are providing a way for these car companies to sell these cars quick, make their money back, and also gear up for the change that's about to come with electric. You know, yeah, the cars are going to be shaped differently, but you got to understand, everybody's going to be able to go fast. You know what I mean? And nobody's really going to have sound that's natural. Everybody's sound is going to be, is for the most part, going to be artificial. You know, so, you know, it's I really wish that they would just, you know, these last few years just go out with a bang, you know, sort of like how Lamborghini's doing, and they're making, you know, the Ultimate, Aventador, they're making, you know, the ST, what's the STR Huracan? I forgot the final Huracan that they're making, you know, but they're like going out with these like last hurrahs for these cars, and it would be nice to see Maserati would do that, you know, with a supercar, make a new supercar, like how the new Lamborghini is gonna come out. That's gonna be like probably like the last of the Mohicans for real. You know, since they run their cars for 10 plus years, you know, it would be nice to see, you know, Maserati either make, you know, more supercars like the MC20 with bigger engines, you know, and more Maserati sound, like bring the Granturismo sound to an MC20 looking car, you know, or, you know, make a Project 24 car for the street, you know, make the Alfieri, really make the Alfieri for the street, you know, like really go out with a bang, you know, like put it like this, I would have tried to buy an Alfieri. It doesn't seem like the kind of car that if they put it out, it's not going to be limited. Of course, that's, you know, that seems like it's limited to 500 pieces type thing, you know what I mean? 1,000 cars, 100 cars type thing. You know what I mean? But if that was a mass-produced car, who wouldn't want the Alfieri? Like, let's be serious now. Now, that Alfieri really, that's a nice car. You know, a lot of people would want that car, I believe, you know. But, you know, hopefully they do make another supercar like the MC20 with just a bigger engine. I'm hoping, you know, I don't know, guys. You know, the 6-cylinder stuff is starting to disappoint. It's really disappointing. It's not even starting to disappoint me. It's really disappointing. You know, the MC20 to me, it should have had a Gran Turismo sound, hands down. You know, but that's gonna be the end for this video, guys. I just wanted to rant on the MC20 and the Project 24 a little bit. So, if you didn't already, hit that like, share, subscribe button, turn on all the post notifications, and join us and stay in tune with us. This is going to be the end of this video, guys. I'm out.